everyone and welcome to my video. Today marks the return of the group stages of the Champions League. And there will definitely be a lot of great action across Europe tonight. With of course Barcelona versus Ferencváros, Chelsea versus Sevilla, PSG versus Manchester United, Lazio versus Borussia Dortmund. The other two teams occupy Group G along with Barcelona and Ferencváros, and that will be Dynamo Kiev versus Juventus. You'll also be able to catch the game between Dynamo Kiev versus Juventus because it's the early game on, 2 hours before the usual kickoff time of 8 PM here in the UK. So if you're interested to see how the rest of Barca's group get on, I'd definitely check that out. But on to the main focus of today's video, and that is Barca versus Ferencváros, and the kickoff will be coming to you live from the Camp Nou at 9 PM local time in Barcelona. And these are the times you'll be able to see the game across the world. But now to give you some insight into Barca's opponent, I'll go over some of their Champions League history and some of their recent history as a team. So Ferencváros haven't been into the Champions League group stage since 25 years ago in the 95-96 season. And they've only ever been to the knockout stages once, and that was 54 years ago in the 65-66 season, making it to the quarterfinals that year. But don't let those facts fool you, because since that 95-96 season, they've almost made it to the group stages of the Champions League 4 times, making it to the qualifying rounds but not quite qualifying for the group stage. And to make it into this year's Champions League, they've already overcome both Celtic and Dynamo Zagreb. And they've been two regular teams that we have seen in the Champions League over the past couple of years. They also won the Hungarian League last season pretty convincingly by 13 points. And they're also undefeated in the league currently this season. So they're going to be no easy team for Barcelona. They're not going to just roll over and accept defeat from us. And they will be coming to get a result at the Camp Nou tonight. They are going to be a very physical team against us. And I think fatigue will play a part for Barca towards the end of the game. Because some of the players against Getafe didn't seem 100% fit. And with only 2 days rest now back into the Champions League, I don't think the fitness levels will be quite where we want it just yet. So we need to be conscious of that and rotate players well and use the right substitutes at the right time. And I think Ronald Koeman will do that because he did do exactly that against Getafe. Even though the result didn't work out how we wanted it, I think it was very well thought out to put on Pedri and Dembele instead of Ansu and Coutinho. And if Barca did win that game, I think that would have reflected on Ronald Koeman very positively. But this is how I see Barca lining up tonight, with of course Neto in goals, Sergi Roberto and Serginho Dest occupying the two fullback positions. A lot of people have been predicting that Junior Firpo will start at left back and Serginho Dest will start in his preferred position of right back. But I don't think that he's quite ready yet and that Sergi Roberto will play ahead of him. At centre back I have Clement Lenglet and Ronald Araujo. I think it will be smart to start Araujo ahead of Piqué because Araujo didn't have any minutes in the game against Getafe, so he's fresh. And it will be good to save Piqué for El Clasico on Saturday because of his experience. I have De Jong and Busquets at the two central defensive midfield positions. But Pjanic could start ahead of Busquets, but there has been a lot of concerns regarding his fitness at Barca. So that's why I would put Busquets ahead of him. But there has been rumours that Pjanic will start in this game, so you never know, he may start. I have Ansu Fati at the left wing position. Ousmane Dembele did start in this position against Getafe, but I think that was to rest Ansu more than anything and to give Dembele some minutes. Dembele was also quite rusty in that game against Getafe and gave the ball away quite a lot. And I don't think he's quite ready for the big occasions quite yet. In the centre attacking mid position, I have Coutinho. Young Pedri did start ahead of him in that match against Getafe, and he did have an amazing game, probably the man of the match. But I do see Coutinho starting ahead of him simply for the experience that Coutinho does have. But both Ansu and Coutinho came on for the last 30 minutes of that game against Getafe. And in that time that they did have on the pitch, they linked up very well. And I think that will be key in this game in the final third against Ferencváros. Onto the right wing position, and I do have Francisco Trincao. I think he has earned the opportunity to start ahead of both Griezmann and Dembele. He hasn't been given the chance to start the past couple of games, and both Griezmann and Dembele weren't very great against Getafe. Griezmann missing a glaring opportunity on a one-on-one, and Dembele gave the ball away far too much. So for me, it has to be Trincão. Last but not least, of course, it is Lionel Messi at our roaming striker position. It will be interesting to see how Messi does get on in this game, because he didn't quite seem himself in that game against Getafe. He did seem quite tired and fatigued, and he's only had 2 days rest in between that game against Getafe, along with all the training sessions. So I don't expect to see him sprinting after the ball towards the end of the game, especially with El Clasico coming up on Saturday. But like the game on Saturday, I will expect to see all these subs used in this game, if not 4. And I will expect to see players such as Pedri, Puig, Dembele, Pjanic, and maybe Griezmann or Braithwaite. That will give many of our new players their first Champions League appearance, and it will give us the opportunity to rest our players for El Clasico. But in this game, I do want to see Barca working a lot harder than we did against Getafe. I want to see much more of a high press. I want to see our wing-backs helping much more on the attack, because I don't think Sergio Roberto in particular helped whatsoever in the attack against Getafe. He was overlapping going forward, but when he did actually get the ball, all he did was pass it backwards and slow the play down, so I will want to see much more from him. And in general, just take more risks and play the ball a lot quicker, because in the final minutes against Getafe, all we did was just cross the ball into the box and hope, and that did create 2 or 3 goal scoring opportunities. Instead of overplaying it, sometimes you just need to play it more simply, so I will want to see that. Like I said earlier, I think rotation will be key in this game. And finally, I will want to see Barca maintain focus throughout the entire 90 minutes. But finally, I want to quickly discuss the game between Dynamo Kiev and Juventus. There will be no Ronaldo in this game. He hasn't been included in the lineup because he has tested positive for COVID-19. And there is still no update on when he will be back. And the game between Barca and Juventus is only 8 days away. So it's still unclear on whether or not he will be in the game against Barca. And that's not what we want to see. We want to see all the best players on the pitch. And we want to see Messi and Ronaldo going head to head in the Champions League. So I hope Ronaldo can make it back for next Wednesday. So all that is left now is a score prediction for Barca versus Ferencvaros, and I do predict that Barca will win this game 3-0 tonight. I think we will dominate possession, and the chances will definitely come, and we will be looking to take them after that 1-0 defeat to Getafe. That is now everything from me. Thank you very much everyone for joining me. Let me know what you thought of the video in the comments. Let me know what you think the score will be. So thank you very much, and bye.